Hockey fans, welcome to the home of the Bluebirds here in Coon Rapids, the Coon Rapids Ice Center. For today's varsity matchup as the Bluebirds host the Blaine Bengals. This is the third annual Military Appreciation Day. We're all on the same team, at least at the beginning of this game, as we salute our military veterans who have served our country so well with their special connections to the players of today's game. Let's begin our ceremony. We'll start with Tessa Bowden from Coon Rapids, Champlain Park, and our honored veteran Gerard Bowden, a U.S. Air Force member from 1964 to 1968. Ceremonial puck accepted by Jimbo Bowden. Also for Tessa, Dan Schmitz, U.S. Navy, 1991 to 1995, Petty Officer, 3rd Class. The veterans honored by Tessa Bowden. Up next, it's Caitlin Easton. Caitlin's special vet, Tanner DeBoer, U.S. Air Force, 2021 to current. That puck accepted by Andy. Kylie Ashwegan. Special veterans, U.S. Air Force, 1971 to 1991, Don Kluk. And John Aswegan, U.S. Army, 1967 to 2009. Lily McKenzie. The junior captain's honored vet, Jace Erickson, U.S. Air Force, 1999 to 2019. Sydney Bernovic. Our veteran Bruce Bernovic, U.S. Navy, 1965 to 1970. Puck accepted by Karen Bernovic. Up next, Kyla Ketting. Kyla honoring active service member Connor Ketting, U.S. Air Force, 2023 to present. Riley Del Castillo. Riley's honored vet, Mike Mothershed, U.S. Army, 1981 to 84, and Navy, 84 to 92. Also Donald Dunman, 1930 to 1996, U.S. Army Korean War veteran from 1948 to 1952, and a Purple Heart recipient. Nola Milton. Nola honoring Steve Milton, U.S. Marine Corps, 1969 to 71. Also Christian Frost, U.S. Army, 1989 to 1992. Grace Lund. Greg Rui, U.S. Army, 1989 to 1997. Puck accepted by Nathan Rui. Isabella Roca. Honored vet, Vietnam vet, John Sherman, U.S. Navy, 1967 to 1973. Olivia Reed. Honored vets are Lauren Persons, U.S. Army, World War II, 1941 to 1945. Nicklin Woodrick, Sergeant Major, United States Marine Corps, 1989 to 2010. Allie Pageant. Honored vets, Jacob Borer, active U.S. Army National Guard, 2019 to present. Lily Glover, Army National Guard, 2023 to present. Also A.J. Pageant, Minnesota Air National Guard, 2019 to present. Up next, the Master of Defense for the CPCR Bluebirds, Maddie Wastrel. For honored vet Bob Wastrel, puck accepted by Grandma Bard. Bob served in the U.S. Military Police from 1965 to 67. Also Kerry Rowland, U.S. Marines, 92 to 96, and Bruce Jones, U.S. National Guard, 1968 to 1974. Evelyn and June Semling. Their honored vet, Ken Semling, U.S. Navy, 1960 to 1966. Also special props for Al Semling, U.S. Navy, 1951 to 1961. Taylor Zaholka. Honored vet at Cox, U.S. Navy Nuclear Submarine, 1992 to 2001. Up next, Callie Alphin. Honored vet Tom Pilney, Minnesota National Guard, 1970 to 1976. This completes our honored veterans and military from the CPCR side. Now let's move over to our visitors, the Blaine Bengals, and their honored vets. Let's begin with Connie Johnson and her honored vet, Duncan Johnson, U.S. Navy, 1967 to 1971, a Vietnam War vet. Also honored Sean Hogan, U.S. Air Force, 2009 to present. Maya Gunter. Sergeant First Class Anthony Pace, Army National Guard, 2007 to present. Taylor Olson. Honored vet, John Eppard, U.S. Marine Corps, 4 years of service. And Holt Moore. Staff Sergeant Jordan Hopwood, Minnesota Air National Guard, 2017 to present. Big round of applause for the military appreciation for the Blaine Bengals as well as the CPCR Bluebirds. Remember the coaching staff for CPCR, Coach Todd Gunnerman, his honored vet, Thomas Gunnerman, U.S. Navy, 1964 to 67, Vietnam War vet. Coach Neil Sawyer, Kerry Sawyer, U.S. Air Force, 2011 to 2015. Coach Vince Stevens, Marvin William Kreitz, U.S. Army, 1966 to 69. Nicole Stahlberger, Matt Stahlberger, U.S. Army, 1959 to 60, and the reserves until 1967. We also have CPCR alum Leah Jones, U.S. Navy, 2020 to present. We're also going young here, fans, with our flag bearer, Lorna McCann. And our honored vet, Jake McCann, Sergeant First Class, 17 years in Army National Guard. Bluebird of the future, Jake McCann and Lorna McCann. Fans, this completes our Military Appreciation Day ceremony. We will have the presentation of the colors by the Coon Rapids VFW Post 625. We ask all fans to face the flag when the VSW comes out and presents the colors. Please remain standing at the end of our national anthem. Fans, we are going to have the starting lineups prior to the national anthem, so I got ahead of myself a little bit there. So we'll introduce our starting lineups and then bring out VFW Post 625. Let's begin visiting with the visiting Blaine Bengals in goal number 35, senior Morgan Zank. At defense, junior number 2, Bella Brady. And defensive partner, junior number 22, Kayla Schaefer. At forward, junior captain number 12, Grayson Knowles. At forward for the Bengals, number 29, senior captain Grace Chapman. And the final forward for Blaine, number 8, freshman Abby Costa. Allie Chapman, Brady Swanson, Paige Beebe, Sam Almond, Tom Mattelberg, head coach of the Bengals, Kayla Ottman, the Blaine Bengals. Now fans, the starting lineups for the Bluebirds. In goal, a junior, number 34, Maddie Wastrell. At defense, a freshman, number 2, Callie Alphin. And defensive partner, number 8, and a junior, Noah Milton. So my apologies to the Del Castillo family and the Mike Mothershed for missing out on that opportunity. But certainly a great performance here tonight and great show of support for our military on Military Appreciation Day. Also today, in honoring our military in attendance, our team is raising money to support a member of...
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Coon Rapids Ice Center for CTN light coverage of girls high school hockey. Tonight, it's the second half of a home-and-home series between the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds and the Blaine Bengals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above, and it should be a fun one. These two battled to a 2-2 draw on Thursday night.
Yeah, when I talked to Coach Gutterman, he said, really impressed, came away impressed by this Blaine squad. I know they're 6-5-3 on the season, but thought they played them really tough and knew that they were going to come back in this next game and play them just as tough.
Well, he had a lot of nice things to say about their top line. He felt that depth-wise, they just need to convert. Defensively, they haven't played as structurally sound as he would like, and he knows that needs to tighten up. He wants his team to stay aggressive, but that means the weak side defender and the F3 in the offensive zone have to be ready to back check and protect the weak side.
Exactly. He told me just that when I talked to him yesterday, and just said that they were puck watching, and that's something that he was a little bit concerned with.
Well, Kylie Eswegan returned to action, got a period in the JV game this afternoon. Will play limited minutes tonight and or this afternoon. That could be a big help for the Bluebirds on the blue line.
Yeah, it's just good to see her back after that injury, and I know she's very happy to be back on the ice.
Semling trying to fight her way inside, and she's actually going to be called for the penalty after the tie-up. But Knowles with possession flies to the Bluebird end. Good at the line, puck comes free and finally touched up, and the Bengals with a very early power play.
Yeah, an advantage for them, so obviously the penalty kill unit for the Bluebirds will be tested, and I know the Bengals power play unit want to see if they can get something done early here in this contest.
Semling rushed into the middle of the Bengal defense. Sticks got up. She takes the call. And Blaine wins the draw, trying to set up on the power play. Instead, a turnover and a clear the length of the ice. Bella Brady leaves it near corner for Knowles. Knowles lost the handle right in the middle. Brady flips it out to center. Sent back the other way by Alphin. Stopped up at the blue line by Bowden. Loose puck recovered by Johnson. Johnson try and skate to center. Knocked off her stick. Brady's there to recover for the Bengals. Brady runs through the Bluebird defender to get it into the zone. Bluebird's able to force the turnover and get the clear. Bowden with a steal at center ice. She gets in behind the defense out front, and a save made by Morgan Zank. Out to center ice. Milton plays it back in deep. A little more than midway through this power play. Blaine with yet to get a shot on goal. That one turned over at the top of their zone. Bernovic sweeps it back in deep. Brady behind her own net. Flips it around. First one there, though, is Briley Del Castillo. Del Castillo tried to sweep it into the corner and hopped over her stick. And that's going to even things up as Bernovic takes the hit right in front of the Blaine bench. We'll play 4-on-4 for 29 seconds, and then it'll be an abbreviated power play for the home team.
Yeah, and the Bengals really weren't able to generate anything on that opportunity when they had the power play. So now, as you mentioned, it's going to be even up for 29 seconds, and then the Bluebirds will go on that advantage. You know, when I talked to Coach Alvin about what they needed to do, the Bengals, in order to get a win tonight, just really have to be, a little. We're in tight offensively. We've got to drive to the net a little bit more, but defensively, we have to keep our feet moving in that D zone.
Good hold at the blue line. The shot attempt deflected up and comes dribbling in on Zank, and she covers up. Will face it off again to her left. Bengals able to force it out to center. Alphen recovers for Chample Park Coon Rapids. Circles out of her own zone, out of the reach of Olsen. Flies into the offensive zone, poked off her stick. She recovers back to Bernovic. Bernovic takes a look, lost it in her skates, recovers back to Alphen. Quick shot, misses wide. McKenzie will recover off the near board. Down low, Bernovic, or Bowden rather, just flips it on a short angle on net. That's covered up. And with the penalty to Semling ending, Chample Park Coon Rapids with a power play and a face-off in the Bengal end.
I'll see if they can turn that first penalty around and get something done here offensively on the power play.
Pass into the middle, deflected. Semling didn't get enough on that shot. It's pushed into the corner. Cleared to the line and skips away from Alphen out to neutral ice. McKenzie retreats to her own end. Swept off her stick. She stays with it to the line and in onside. McKenzie leaves it for Semling. Semling has to jam it past the pressure. And this one's cleared the length of the ice by Knowles. Alphen behind her own net. Less than 45 to go on the power play. Flies through neutral. To the top of the circle, goes wide. Flips it across the top of the crease. Near side, McKenzie down low. Back to Semling, was looking to the point, but Alphen was looking for a change, and that was nearly too many players on ice.
That was close.
Back to Bowden, back into the zone. Left for McKenzie. McKenzie's shot deflected up and out of play. We'll have a face-off in the Blaine end. 13 seconds to go on the power play. 12:57 remain in the first period.
You know, they've had a couple of opportunities here on this power play, Joe. Nothing that they couldn't handle.
Tie up off the draw. It's poked free and skated to center by Abby Costa. Oh, excuse me, that's Taylor Olsen. Plays it in deep, and that'll do it for the power play. Semling, Evelyn Semling can't work her way into the zone. Free puck at center. Ketting couldn't get a stick on it. Ketting now with it, able to push it into the Blaine end. Brady can't clear, but will recover off the boards and skate to center. Bella Brady. Bengal blue liner leads the team in scoring with 14 points on the season. Bengals don't score nearly the pace the Bluebirds do.
Oh, Bengals still looking for their first shot on goal.
This one played back in deep, recovered in the corner by Lindsay. Lindsay skates it. Oh, excuse me, that's Grace Chapman. Top of the circle, played back in deep. Bluebirds trying to break it out. Get it to center, but turned right back in. That's Wiegand plays it off the boards, deflected out to center by McKenzie. Semling looking to make it around the corner, takes it behind the net instead, lost it off the back of the net. Bernovic in the far corner. Will leave it back for Semling. Semling trying to protect into the near corner. Milton with his shot from the point, gloved and held by Zank.
It looks like Bluebird trying to get in some of their offensive flow here early on.
Well, 2 penalties early in the game don't
Right.
help you find much rhythm.
No, you know, and credit to both teams. They both fought that penalties off, those
Well,
first 2 penalties off.
And there were no scoring in the first period of the meeting on Thursday
Correct.
night. Coon Rapids controlled the second period, had a 2-1 lead going to the third. And then the Bengals able to tie it up in the third period.
Well, there are a fair amount of shots. 40 by the Bluebirds, 33 by the Bengals in that game.
And according to Gutty, his team didn't get credit for nearly as many as they should have. Felt they really peppered away. And Zahalka far side deflected up and into the bench. Faceoff will stay in the Bluebirds' end. 10:32 to go.
Well, you know, Gutty just told me we just need to get back to their game, how the way they play. They saw a number of players get behind them on the other night against Blaine, and they just have to do a better job of making sure that doesn't happen tonight.
This one flipped out to center. Chasing it down is Knowles. Stops up behind her own net. Gets it to Brady. Spins around along the boards. Her pass off the stick of Zahalka. Del Castillo had it poked away from her. She recovers, though, in the corner. One-touch pass taken away by Grace Chapman. Bluebirds able to get it right back. Easton to center, and now plays it in deep. Brady pressured by Bowden along the end board. Leaves it there, scooped up by Ketting. Ketting, top of the circle, to the point. Del Castillo's shot doesn't get through. Brady able to force her way out to center. Zahalka gets it turned around and played back in deep. Kayla Schaefer, long pass off the near boards, hits Ledeen in stride. Ledeen down the right wing, lost it into the far corner. Bluebirds recover, bad pass taken away by Gunter. She puts it on net, and the glove saved by Wastrel.
Yeah, and that's the first shot on goal for the Bengals.
But it's
here.
good, especially after we're this far into the game,
right.
7.5 minutes, that Wastrel was able to see it, didn't have a lot on it.
Nope.
Relatively easy save. You kind of like to get the netminder involved a little earlier, let him feel the puck, but you like that the first shot is an easy one like that one was. Lily McKenzie with speed down the left wing. It enters the zone. Her shot deflected and misses behind the net. Kept in, far side. Kenzie plays it out front. Bernovic pushes it wide. The Dean able to clear it off the stick of Eswegan. Bluebirds recover in their own end. Long pass deflected but gets through McKenzie's shot. That missed wide. Bernovic out to the point. Played back in deep by Paginen. McKenzie tied up in the corner. Bernovic there to support. She's tied up as well. McKenzie digs it free, then pinched to the boards by Wallet. Kick free, McKenzie has it again. Trying to hold off Wallen along the boards. Kicks it back to her stick. Out to the point. Shot deflected, a pad save. Rebound, McKenzie's shot deflected up and over the net.
That was a big rebound that came out in front. Fortunately, there wasn't Bluebird right there.
Well, that one changed at least directions at least once and possibly twice on the way to Zank. She was able to make the save, but yeah, the rebound in a dangerous spot. Had a home team stick been in the vicinity, but fortunately for the Bengals, that was not the case.
Now, so far in this period, the Bluebirds outplaying the Bengals, really keeping possession down in the Bengal end for the majority of this so far of this first period.
Bluebirds holding along the far boards. That's going to be a hand pass. They came up, Ketting knocked it down, and so this will send the faceoff all the way back to the other end. Military Appreciation Night here at the Crick for the Champlain Park Coon Rapids squad. Had a nice little ceremony before puck drop. And, of course, the ceremonial jerseys that are an absolute nightmare to read.
But they're cool. I like the jersey in general. But, yeah, I can imagine. They are tough to read from the back in terms of numbers.
Fortunately, I've seen the team a couple of times.
You're familiar.
I know, can tell a lot of the girls apart without seeing the number. But Bluebirds again very aggressive at the offensive blue line, trying to keep the Bengals bottled up. Bengals able to finally force it free, but then need a change because they had spent so much time in their defensive end. Still working to get that line change completed as the Bluebirds come back through center. Bowden will play it in deep. Bluebirds get a line change as it's recovered far corner by Schaefer. She flips it out through center, bouncing puck. Icing waved off. Alford pokes it away from the forechecking Johnson. Near boards, Olivia Reed comes to center for CPCR. Poked off her stick. Played across the zone, but stays in. Bengals finally able to turn it into neutral ice, and then it's poked away, and here's Evelyn Semling on the attack, knocks it down, battling 1v4, plays it back to Milton. Her shot off the skates of Schaefer and ends up in the corner.
Yeah, that could have taken a dangerous angle off her skates.
But it drew a nervous gasp from the Bengal fans.
So, I just want to, all of us at CTN want to send our condolences to Coach Gutterman and his family. Coach lost his mom this week, and we certainly know that that's always a tough thing to deal with, but I'm sure hockey is a very good distraction for him.
And additional family for him to feel support during this difficult time. Bluebirds back on the attack. Poked away from McKenzie. Knowles able to get it out to center for Blaine. Milton gets it turned around. Had to wait for Lily to get out of the zone. Here's Bernovic. She's bumped off the puck. No call as she was spun around and down. Bernovic stops up. Gets it back in the zone. Brady chased behind her own net. Bella Brady trying to get away from McKenzie. Runs into more traffic. That one hit an official, but did get out, and so offside the call.
Also want to send our condolences to former head coach, Blaine coach Steve Geiter. Steve lost his mom this week as well. Longtime friend Steve to us at CTN, so all of us here are thinking of you as well, Steve.
Played in deep and attacked by Paginen. Comes free up the wall. Bowden there for CPCR. Comes free. Bowden still with it. Throws it on net. Zank makes the save. Cleared to the line but not out. Held by Bowden at least momentarily. Now the Bengals with numbers. Taylor Olson into the zone. Her pass across. Taken away by Aswegan, played out to center. Bengals get turned right back around, and in deep, Alford will send it behind for Aswegan. Ahead, skips off the stick of Bowden, or Alfin rather. No, 11 is Bowden.
Yes, 11 is Bowden, correct.
2 is Alfin.
Did you say you knew the game? Just kidding.
I'll figure it out eventually. I got a boys game coming up later tonight.
Yes, you do.
Brady's shot through traffic ends up off the end boards, poked free along the near boards. Pass intended for Semling was tipped away. Bengals play it back in deep. Aswegan across, one-touch pass by Semling out to center, intercepted by Brady. And here's Knowles. Knowles trying to get around Alfin in the corner and does. Behind the net, poked free by Del Castillo. Del Castillo comes up with it and skates it to center. Leaves it for McKenzie. Trying to cut back, poked away though by Schaefer. Kayla Schaefer to center for Blaine. She'll throw it in on Wastrel. She'll get it in her glove and hold on. 3:11 to go. First period, no score between the Bengals and the Bluebirds. Same scenario as the first game over at Fogarty on Thursday night.
Yeah, Bluebirds have managed 9 shots on net here in the first period. Just a couple so far by the Bengals. So not a lot of offensive opportunities, certainly for Blaine.
I think Bengals got away with one there, as that one certainly looked like it had come out. Play continues. Brnovic ahead. Semling tried to deflect it to herself. McKenzie couldn't scoop it up. Brnovic can. Plays it in deep and gives chase. There in front of her was Bella Hunter. Sweeps it around to the corner. McKenzie jammed it up. Brnovic down low. McKenzie tried to get back to her forehand. Puck kick to the far corner.
That was a nice opportunity for the Bluebirds out in front. Again, just couldn't control the puck on her stick.
Bengals able to force it out to center. 2.5 to go in the first period. That's Swegan. Will skate it in, try and weave through a couple of defenders. They all end up in a heap sliding into the crease. Puck comes free. Bengals trying to force it up the far boards. Stopped up by Brnovic. Couldn't get it in deep. This one sent into the corner. Brnovic gives chase. Bengals will break it out near side instead. Out to center, turned around by Del Castillo. Plays it off the board to herself. Tried to cut back. Was tripped up, and the Bluebirds would get a penalty with 1:50 to play in the period.
Last thing that the Bengals wanted to see here with 1:50 remaining in the opening period is having to go to the penalty kill unit. But nonetheless, they will. Bluebirds are going to try and generate a little offense here, see if they can get a goal before the end of the period.
Bella Hunter did poke the puck away first, but then clearly got the skates of Del Castillo, and Alfred will hold at the line. Leave for McKenzie. Her shot hit Brnovic near the hash marks. And Ledeen will skate it down into the Bluebirds' end, finally relieved of the puck. And Brnovic through center into the zone. She'll set up shop near side, up top. Alfred across for McKenzie in the corner. Lost the handle, tied up there by Chapman. Brnovic trying to dig it free, and Alfred rather. Trying to dig, or Bowden. One of these people is responsible for this activity.
Yes, that is correct. Somebody on the ice.
And I think all of those names, they at least are all on the ice.
Exactly.
Bowden will play it out to the line for Alfred. Alfred, far side. McKenzie through the top of the blue, and the Bengals have a player down in the corner in some pain. I did not see the contact.
I did not either.
Resulted, but clearly in a great deal of pain, and you hate to see that.
Oh, yeah, that is for sure.
And while she is being tended to, we will step away and back with the last 45 seconds of the first period after this. back at the crick, and Bella Brady, the Bengal player, slow to get up. They did get her up, and with assistance partially from Cardinal or Bengal Bluebird captain Lily McKenzie assisted one of the players to assist her over to the bench, but that could be a huge loss.
Well,
I mean, their top defender also leads them in scoring.
it was just good the fact that she got up and was able to get
Shot
off the
through
ice.
traffic, turned away by Zank, recovered and taken behind by Knowles. Knowles with speed will exit the zone and attack shorthanded, poked away by McKenzie. Knowles will play it in deep. Bernovic will take the shot, turned away by Zank. Another pad save by Zank, and the buzzer will sound. And we will go to the locker room after the first 17 minutes with no score. CPCR will have another 10 seconds on the power play when we start the second. We'll take a break and be back with that after this on CTN. Back at the creek, just about ready to drop the puck on period number 2 between the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds and the Blaine Bengals. No score through the first period, much as it was in the first meeting on Thursday night. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above, and Howie, the Bluebirds really controlled the action most of that first period, but not able to solve Morgan Zank.
Yeah, they had 11 shots on goal, but nothing really spectacular. They were able to get some pressure on her, really get some pressure at the end of that period, too.
They have a very short power play to start the period, and that is over. That was in the skates of McKenzie, recovered by Alpha. She skates it in. She'll take the shot, blocker save. Long rebound over along the boards. Scooped out to center and recovered by Knowles. Knowles with speed down the right wing. Lost the puck as it slows in the corner. McKenzie also loses it in the extra water. Free puck collected by Alphin, poked away from her right at the blue line, and now swept back into the Blaine end where Schaefer sends it back to center. Alphin stops it up, and back and forth they go. Bernovic will fire it in deep. Zank will leave it for Schaefer, pressured, taken away, and the shot right on for Lily McKenzie.
Yeah, we saw Bella Brady, the junior defender for the Bengals, shaken up in that first period. She was skating back out to start this period. We haven't seen her on the ice yet during live action, but we certainly hope she's okay and that she'll be able to continue.
Face off to the left of Zank early in this second period. Del Castillo sends it down and around. Bowden had it knocked off her stick. Schaefer to the line, but held there by Nola Milton. Tied up along the end boards. Bengals able to come away with it. The pass is in the feet of Taylor Olson. Stopped up right at the blue line for the Bluebirds. Bowden trying to get it through center. McLaren will play it back into her own end. Schaefer's pass out of the reach, but touched by a Bluebird, so no icing. Stopping up is Del Castillo. She'll play it behind. Bowden lost the handle, turned around by Olson. Olson continues to fight for it along the boards. On a knee, but wins the puck battle. Gets some support. Knowles plays it out to center, and it hops away from Costa. Knowles out to the line for Schaefer. Her shot is blocked by Ketting. Played back out to center by Bowden, and ends up down in the Bengal end where Hunter recovers for the Bengals. Long pass off the board, stopped up by Del Castillo. Circling with it is Chapman. Chapman tried to play it off the boards, got it right back. That pass deflected and finally swept out to center by the Bengals. Race for the puck, Del Castillo. Pressured from behind, plays it away for Zaholka. Long pass ahead, stopped up in front of the Bengal bench. They had to wait for traffic to clear as they regroup at their own blue line. Costa had it taken away by McKenzie to the front. Tried to leave it. Semling able to recover out to the line, Zaholka. That shot deflected on the doorstep by McKenzie. Looking for the rebound, comes out to Zaholka. She fires it back behind the net. Chapman will play it off the boards all the way down. They're going to say it was deflected, so no icing.
Again, the Bluebirds with a little bit of pressure that time down. They've been able to manage 3
Long
shots.
pass, and it skips away from McKenzie at the blue line. She pokes it away from Zank, tries to come out of the corner. That shot right into the chest of Zank, and she'll hold for the faceoff.
But McKenzie's just so active. Just a great job of poking it away from Zank and then getting a shot on net at the same time. And so far, again, early on, the Bluebirds controlling the action down in the Bengal end. Able to manage some shots on net, but as you mentioned, haven't been able to get it past Zink yet.
Nothing on that shot, but it comes right back. Del Castillo pokes it in deep. Plays it in on the backhand. Schaefer takes her time. Her pass Deflected but settled by Johnson, who carries through center. Poked away, but right back to her. Johnson continues on it into the corner. Out to the point for Schaefer. A shot into the glove of Maddie Wastrel.
Yeah, that shot had a little rise on it, and Maddie able to make sure she gloved it.
Face-off win for the Bluebirds. Del Castillo plays it behind. Milton gets it ahead, and it gets away from the Bluebirds out at center. It's dumped back in deep by Olive Hugel. Bluebirds quickly back through center. Reed will carry wide on the left wing, trying to center off the blocker of Zank. Bengals control. Out to center, McLaren had it poked away. Bengals able to regain, and Olsen plays it in deep. Eswegan will play it off the boards. Run into traffic from her own player. Bengals with the opportunity, and they take advantage. Taylor Olsen picked up the loose puck at the blue line, took it straight home, and found the 5-hole.
You turn the puck over in your own end, and that's what's going to happen. And Olsen did a really nice job of coming in and getting that goal. That will be her 5th goal on the year. And, really, you could say the Bluebirds outplaying the Bengals, but now all of a sudden the Bengals on top 1-0.
Well, and that is two Bluebirds running into each other, and a loose puck in the wrong place,
yep.
and Taylor Olsen able to take advantage. Bengals get it back into the Bengal end and try and establish the forecheck. That shot hit traffic, a rebound chance, still loose as Del Castillo made her way to the net. Carlson trying to come back across in front of Eswegan, but lost the handle. Kedden can't get out, Alphen can. Alphen had it poked off her stick, recovers off the board, trying to center, that's deflected. Bengals trying to get back up ice in a hurry. Lee Johnson got her on Ketting, but then support came. Chance in the slot for Barbara Colby, but she sent it up over the net. Another opportunity, it's Maya Gunter. 2 in a row for Gunter that she sent up over the net.
Yeah, she had good looks at the goal too.
Chance for Ledeen turned away. The rebound played back behind Ledeen to the back door, and Gunter fanned on the one-time chance.
Oh, and she was wide open too with a really good look at the net.
Ledeen, a shot, save, rebound still loose. To the line, not out. Schaefer's shot blocked into the corner. Bluebirds get there, can't get it out. Schaefer plays it out. Ledeen, a backhand chance. Turned away by Wastrel. All of a sudden, the Bengals are pounding away.
Yeah, great flurry by them. And that goal really motivated them.
Alphen stops up behind her own net. Send it all the way to the Bengal end. Schaefer retreats. Near side for McLaren. Chopped into the zone by Olsen. Swept back out by the Bluebirds. Eswegan through center. Will get it back. A shot. Saved by Zank.
Oh, that was a huge save by Zank too, because they set her up so nicely, and she had a great look at the net and tried, maybe was going to try and beat her far side.
Oh,
but
June
right
Semley.
Was it Semley? Okay. But nonetheless, big save.
Well, the Bengals outplayed for most of the game so far, but got a spark, and now here they have a 2-on-1. Drop back pass was off the mark, and the Bengals miss another good opportunity. McKenzie trying to turn out of the corner. Played across for Brnovic. Into the zone, slows up, waits for help. Finds it. McKenzie down the slot. She scores!
Yeah, again, what a pretty setup for Lily. And again, when she has that opportunity right in front of the net, she's going to win most of those battles. And a really nice goal by her to quickly even it up.
Yeah, that is the player you definitely don't want to just let Lily McKenzie walk down the slot.
That's Lily's.
And Brnovic, a nice job finding herself a little bit of space, waiting for the play to develop, and then giving Lily that opportunity to just walk to the high slot and beat Zank high to the blocker.
Yeah, they couldn't have set it up more nicely for her. And again, that's now her 12th goal of the season. She's having a really nice year, go along with 20 assists.
We'll see what that does to the momentum of this contest. Bowden gets it ahead, poked away from Easton. Easton recovers, she's tripped up, and the Bengals are going to have to try and kill off another penalty midway through this second period.
Well, Joe, you just mentioned what would happen to the momentum after that goal, and all of a sudden you're on a power play. If the Bluebirds can score here, you know, that momentum that the Bengals had will be fully tilted towards the Bluebirds side.
Sierra Ledeen getting a stick in on the skates of Easton. Bengals able to win the draw, fired around, but kept in at the line by McKenzie. Bowden circles along the boards. She'll take the shot. The save made and held by Zank.
So far, the Bluebirds out shooting the Bengals by a 21-8 margin.
Face-off win for the Bluebirds. Tried to get it back to Brnovic. That didn't click. The clear attempt hit the official. Linesman is slow to get up. Feeling the effects as the Bluebirds set up on the power play. Alphen up top. Chased, gives up the puck. Chapman will clear it the length of the ice.
That was just good pressure by Chapman to turn that into an opportunity to send it down the length of the ice.
Alphen down the wing will take the shot. Long rebound. Out to McKenzie at the blue line. Brnovic back to McKenzie walking in. Her shot is blocked, and the Bengals will get the clear. McKenzie skates it into the zone. Wide side, tried to leave it off. It got away from Alphen. Chipped out to center and back to the Bluebird end by Johnson. Brnovic with speed into the zone. Onto her backhand, tried to jam it home forehand, but Zank able to make the save. 32 seconds to go on the power play.
Nice job keeping the puck on her stick and able to maneuver around to get that opportunity. Be big for the Bengals if they can fight this one off.
Del Castillo fanned on the pass down low, got it right back. Jammed out along the side. Bengals come up with it. And Knowles plays it the length of the ice. That should just about do it for the penalties to Ledeen.
Yeah, good job by the penalty kill unit for the Bengals. Bluebirds had some chances.
Del Castillo had it tipped off her stick. An opportunity in tight that just misses wide. That was McLaren. Nope. Megan Wallen in close. Wallen play it back behind. There's Brady. Plays it off the boards and out. So good to see her out there.
Yes.
Getting a regular shift. Callie Alford with speed. Coast to coast, tried to go top shelf. Put a little too much air under it. Semling jams it back down the board. Out to the line. This one deflected in behind. McKenzie gets to it first. Stripped away from her. Bernovic steals it right back for the home team. Semling pokes it free, walks in. Her shot blocked by Schaefer, who clears it to the board. Swegan can't get through traffic. Bernovic can't hold on. Costa went down, no call. Bengals recover in their own end. Schaefer for Costa into the zone. She's pressured by McKenzie. McKenzie nearly got the strip, now kicks it free. Plays it across, and here's Bernovic with speed down the wing. Sydney Bernovic in, the shot turned away by Zank. Bernovic recovers. Top of the circles, tried to get it back down low, but that was blocked.
Oh, great job by Zank to hold her ground.
Johnson gets past Bernovic into the corner, tied up there. Bernovic pries it loose and sends it the length of the ice. That's going to end up being icing. Face off in the Champlain Park Coon Rapids end with 4:48 to go in the first period.
Well, we've seen the Bluebirds with some pressure here tonight. Just the one goal so far, but they have 24 shots on goal with 4:48 remaining in this second period. After that little bit of a flurry by the Bengals, they haven't been able to do much offensively thanks to the pressure from the Bluebirds.
Del Castillo from behind her own net. Ahead for Evelyn Semling into the zone. Down the right wing, leaves it off. Reed trying to center, that was broken up. Kick free in the corner, out to the line. Zahalka holds there. Brady to the line, held by Del Castillo, kicked away by Zank. Shot deflected wide by Roca. Out to the point, Del Castillo, a shot, got through the stick save by Zank. Roca trying to sweep it out front and went off the side of the net. That is cleared all the way down for icing as the Bengals needed to get some fresh legs on the ice.
Yeah, they did, and there was, again, a lot of pressure by the Bluebirds, and that's all they can do is get those fresh players on and come back for the faceoff.
Costa trying to jump the zone off the faceoff, lost for her team. Is able to get it out to center. Bluebirds eventually regain control. Ketting gets it in. Alphen keeps it in at the line. Turnaround shot attempt by Bowden was blocked. Bengals get it out through center. Alphen got it back to Bowden. Bowden trying to stay out of the reach of Chapman. Gets it back across for Swegan. Her pass ahead didn't connect. Here's Alphen with it for the Bluebirds. Into the zone. Alphen splits a couple of defenders, lost the puck. Bengals able to sweep it back out to center. There's Taylor Olson. She has their goal. Trying to get around the corner on Swegan. Spun around, puck loose in the crease. And finally, Wastrel able to jump on top of it and get the whistle.
Yeah, dangerous situation there for the Bluebirds, but you're right. Wastrel able to make sure she covered the puck up.
Just a tick under 3 minutes to go in the second period. We are, as we started, tied. 1-1 the score. A goal by Taylor Olson at 4:48 gave the Bengals the lead. Lily McKenzie even the score at the 7:47 mark. This one played the length. In behind is Semling. Semling circles, leaves it off. That shot is blocked and into the corner. McKenzie stops up along the blue or backboard. Can't get it away from Wallen, however. Played out front. Olsen jams it all the way down. It was touched by the Bluebirds, so no icing. McKenzie plays it to Bernovic, tried to tap it back to her. That was broken up, but right back to Bernovic. Bernovic let the puck get too far ahead of her. It was taken away by Ledeen. Bluebirds able to send it back to the Bengal end. McLaren into the zone. She'll take the shot. Blocker save, and Wastel struggled with that rebound as it kind of fluttered up off of her blocker.
Yeah, I'm not sure she
nearly
where it
popped
was.
up and over.
Yeah, I think she lost sight of it for a second.
And then, fortunately for her, it fell in front of her and not behind. 1:55 to go in the second. Easton trying to force it out. Alford will carry it. Wide into the corner, stops up. Tried to center, went all the way through to the far boards. Bowden controls in the corner. She's spun off the puck, stays with it, regains control behind the net. Spun around and down there by Ledeen. Ketting is bumped off it. Couple of Bluebirds on the ice behind the net. Good hold from Alfin in the middle. This one swept in on goal, and it's covered up by Zank. 1:10 to go in the period.
Yeah, Zank smartly made sure she covered up there. A couple of Bluebird jerseys right there, looking for a possible rebound if possible.
Del Castillo holds at the line. Schaefer will try the other side. Chapman sweeps it. It hits the Bluebird defender who had fallen down. I think that was Nola Milton, and it was.
She was able to keep there with her body.
Bernovic had it tipped off her stick by Costa. Costa into the zone, but she and Chapman crossed up at the wrong time, and that forces the play offside with 44 seconds to go. Schaefer trying to dump it in, hits Zahalka, and here's Lily McKenzie, gets in behind. How there was no penalty there was
looked like she was held.
A question, but I guess a good back check and save from Schaefer to keep McKenzie from getting in clean on the breakaway. That one ran out of steam before it could be icing. McKenzie lost the handle. Bengals set up from the corner. Tried to play it out front. Semling sweeps it ahead. Bertovic controls, gets to center and dumps it in. And that will do it for the second period. Bengals and the Bluebirds have played 5+ periods. 5.5, I guess, with the overtime period on Thursday. And they are still tied. We'll take a break, see if we can settle this in the third period. It's next on CTN Live.
CPCR covering at 7:47. Their junior captain, Lily McKenzie, assisted on the play by Sydney Bernovic and Nola Milton. That makes the score 1-1 after one period. We'll have Chuck about as soon as the ice clears. Keep in mind we've got a great prize and also a good fundraiser going on. Chuck about coming up as soon as we get the ice clear.
Welcome back to the Coon Rapids Ice Center. Champlain Park, Coon Rapids, and Blaine locked at 1-1. Second half of a home-and-home series. The two teams played to a 2-2 draw through overtime on Thursday night.
Yeah, Blaine has to feel pretty good being outshot 27-10, but the score tied at 1. So obviously third period, it's anyone's contest right here. We'll see
Morgan
who wants
Zank
it
has
more.
played very well for
Yes.
the Bengals on the back end, but to their credit, the Bengals have kind of kept a lot of those shots from the outside and giving her a lot of opportunity to see said shots. But it all comes down to the third period, perhaps. CPCR had a 2-1 lead after 2 periods on Thursday night, and Blaine was able to find the equalizer, and then they played through the overtime period. Icing waved off. Semling gets to this one. Tried to one-touch it back to her. She wasn't ready for it. Ledeen sends it just wide. That one out of the reach of McKenzie at center. Turned back in deep by Hunter. Alphen up the boards for Bernovic. Tap pass didn't go to anyone, and now pitchforked out to center by Semling. Alphen will dump it in deep. McKenzie, end of a long shift, but still in on the forecheck, pinning Ledeen against the board. Bengals play it across ice and out to center. Shoveled back in by Del Castillo, right back out. McKenzie circles with it. Got it ahead for Evelyn Semling into the zone, back out, and sent right back in. We saw sticky ice in that corner at the beginning of the second period. Looks to be slow again to start the third.
You can see a little bit of pooling, like especially right in front of the net, close to the net.
Cross ice pass was off target, kept in momentarily by McLaren. Bluebirds get it back out to center. And now here's Briley Del Castillo around the corner. Got in, tripped up, and went crashing into Zern. Or Zank, rather. They go into the net. It does draw a penalty, and the Bengals, for the third time tonight, fourth time tonight, going to try and kill a penalty. Exactly 3 minutes into the third period.
Well, yeah, and then the opposite end of that spectrum, the fourth time tonight, the Bluebirds are going to try and score on a power play. And so, I certainly give credit to what the Bengals have done to prevent that opportunity. We talked about them being outshot by 17.
Taylor Olson called for the infraction. She's the goal scorer for the Bengals tonight. Alphen walks in. That shot through traffic. Zank made the save, came back to her. Shot and the glove save this time by Zank.
Yeah, Zank has been really solid in between the pipes.
Another face-off win for Bernovic. Alfred give it up to McKenzie. Cross ice for June Semling. Back across. It gets away from Alfred. She recovers off the boards to McKenzie. Steps around a stick check in. The shot misses wide. Covered by Bernovic. Semling leaves it for Bowden. Up top. Alfred to McKenzie into Bernovic, but it got away from her and was cleared out of play.
Yeah, not the clear tip they were hoping for.
No.
As it goes into the Bengal bench.
And it'll keep the face-off in their end and not get any more time off the penalty clock. 1:16 to go. This one to the line, but held there by Alfred. Semling takes the shot. It's blocked. Jumping on it is Chapman. Chapman will skate to center. Stick check there by Bernovic. Bernovic will hold along the boards. Chapman and the Bengals fine with tying up and burning the clock along the boards. Finally comes free, and the Bluebirds send it in deep. Semling back up top. Alfred through traffic and a goal!
Oh, that just one bounced past Zank. I'm not sure they're going to give it credit to.
Well, it looks, I think the most likely to have tipped would have gone to Lily McKenzie, but she was pointing to Alphen, and Alphen is first through the line, so
Yes.
it'll be Alphen's goal. There was a lot of traffic in front, a good time to take the shot.
And they get that power play goal that they were looking for all game long. And a big one at that, because that puts them in the lead 2-1. Out shooting them 3-1.
And that first shift after a goal is so important for both teams. We'll
Yes.
see if any. They're giving the goal to Sydney Bernovic. So Bernovic did get a deflection out front. I knew it looked like it changed direction.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't sure who they were going to give credit to.
Well, off of the goal, Bluebirds able to get the zone and really put pressure on Blaine. Good stop at the line by Oswego. Trying to slip it ahead for Reed, too far. Puck comes free to McKenzie. Drags it through, and Zern able to shut her down. Wyan Zank. Blocker saved by Zank on the low angle shot. Milton at center ice. Will play it back in deep. Schaefer behind her own net for the Bengals. Pressured there by Semling. Tied up in the corner. Puck comes free. Johnson able to get it out to center. Pressure coughs it up. Bowden gets through a shot. Zank turns it away.
Yeah, Bluebirds had numbers there.
Sydney Bernovic trying to get it to Semling. Semling recovers the bouncing puck. Skates it in deep and around. Semling leaves it off. Milton a shot. That's deflected. Didn't get through. Johnson able to get her way out to center. Pressured now by Bernovic. Bluebirds recover again. Milton will dump it in deep. McKenzie will get there first in front of Schaefer, tied up along the end boards. Teammates changing behind her. Bowden comes in to support. Free puck to the line. Del Castillo jams it back in. McKenzie had it momentarily, bumped off it there by Chapman. Bowden tied up on the far side by Costa. Played toward the net. Bengals recover. Here's Knowles ahead for Chapman. Drop for Knowles. Got away from her. Bluebirds get it turned around. 3-on-2 through center. That's a Bowden as it's swept away. Ketting a shot. Glove save and hold for Morgan Zank.
Yeah, Zank with a pretty easy shot. Just that one just rose a little bit right to her glove.
Bluebirds out shooting the Bengals 7-0 so far in this third period, according to our official scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're putting pressure. After that second goal, really you can see momentum change to the side of the Bluebirds, and you see putting a lot of pressure down in the Bengal end.
Long tie-up off the face-off. Bengals finally able to gain control. Costa stopped up along the boards. That shot was blocked down out front by Hugel. Chapman in the corner for Blaine. Trying to find a way out. Circles back and will head behind. Chapman cutting back across, avoids a stick check or two, and now enters the zone. Stepping up, some contact there, but no call for a check.
Yeah, they're letting him play for the most part tonight.
Held at the line by Olivia Reed. Hunter sends it behind, comes right back to her. She'll play it up the near boards for Johnson. Johnson can't get it past the Hulka, who shoots it off the side of the net. Milton tried to jam it back in. And here's Johnson for Blaine. Up the right wing, 9 minutes to go in the third period. Temple Park Coon Rapids a 2-1 lead. Power play goal by Sydney Bernovic. Her team leading 15th. Dumped in deep. Bengals to break out the near side. And again, the Bluebird pressure causes a turnover. Bernovic circles toward the board. Will carry through the top of the zone. Her shot ends up wide off the end board where Zenk can cover.
Yeah, Zenk had to make sure she got that one, and Lily McKenzie was right there. And she had to make sure she brought that one in. Oh, you touched on it, pressure, and that's what the Bluebirds have been doing all night long. Especially here in this third period, I think they've been pressuring a little bit even more. Now playing with that 2-1 lead.
Bengals able to win the puck off the draw, get it out to center. McKenzie at her own blue line. Circles around behind, takes a look, and now tries to weave through center, lost the handle. Recovered by Semling, and McKenzie couldn't quite get back onside.
She reached for it, but unfortunately not able to do so.
The Hawkeye carries in, back to the line. Semling plays it in deep. McKenzie out front. Bernovic on the doorstep. Couldn't get his shot away. Alford keeps it in at the line. Her shot blocked into the corner by Costa. Knowles able to flip it back out to center for Blaine. Zaholka at her own blue line. Will turn and skate into the zone. Swept off her stick by Zaholka, or by Schaefer. Loose puck recovered by Bernovic. That shot was deflected and trickles in where Zern can again cover it up.
Well, just the zone presence alone by the Bluebirds, just impressive here tonight. You know, but as you know, Joe, it's just a 1-goal lead. Even though you're all playing the other team, it all takes is one opportunity to tie this one up. So the Bluebirds, would love the opportunity to get an insurance goal in this situation.
Tie up along the boards. Bowden tried to center. It was intercepted. Blaine back the other way. Taylor Olson will dump it in. Wastrel slows it. Paginen can't control off the boards. Swegan ties up in the corner with Wallen. Bluebirds able to force it out to center. Olsen again relieved of the puck. Ketting lost the handle as she went to cut back. Hunter will get it in. Swegan had it poked off her stick. An opportunity for Costa right on the doorstep. Stopped up by Wastrel.
Yeah, you just need one chance. But Wastrel able to come up big and make sure she made the stop.
Paginen trying to get away from the pressure, and more importantly, the stick that is down there. She ended up tripping on. Here's Lily McKenzie with speed into the zone. Bernovic thrown to the that's Semlich was thrown to the ice, gets another penalty and a huge power play right here.
Yeah, that was a penalty that she didn't need to take.
Gigantic penalty kill for Blaine.
Again, a penalty she did not need to take, puts her in that team, Blaine team in a tough situation now, trailing 2-1 to a team that's swarming around their net. Now you've got a skater advantage for the Bluebirds and a good, really good opportunity to get that insurance goal.
Well, Semling had the corner, had the angle, but I don't know that she was in a position to get a very good shot away. Fans on that one-time opportunity. Bernovic recovers. Alfred down low. McKenzie to Semling this shot. Save made by Zank. Get it right half of the time.
Well, at least it's half. It could be worse.
Alfred, end to end. She'll take the short angle shot off the side of the net. Zank has seen enough. She'll cover it up. 1:27 to go on the power play.
Yeah, again, she couldn't control the puck the way she wanted to and made sure she brought it in.
Semling. Not a lot on that shot. Easily stick to the corner by Zank. Bernovic able to dig it free. Carry behind. Up top, Callie Alfred to Semling. McKenzie, top of the circle's a shot, gloved and held by Zank.
Well, the Bluebirds now at 40 shots, equaling what they had the other night against the Bengals. And we've got
just 11 for Blaine.
Yeah, just one this period.
In this third period. But still just a one-goal game. Kenzie cross ice for Semling. Alfred pressured at the blue line. Back across into the middle in the skates of Bernovic. Alfred recovers. Alfred shot, and that was blocked out front by Wallach. Alfred turns towards the boards up top for McKenzie. McKenzie lost the handle. Continues to fight for it. Poked into the corner. And Bernovic will play it back out to the line for Alfred. 15 seconds left in the power play. Semling for Alfred. Down low, McKenzie. Great zone possession, but no real great scoring chances. And this clear will finish the penalty kill for the Bengals.
Well, and give the Bengals a lot of credit for killing that one off, because you had some pressure, but nothing able to get by Zank.
Semling, end to end, trying to get back to get a backhander on net. Hit the side of the cage. Held at the line by Del Castillo. Bengals finally able to force it out to center. Free puck comes right to Lily McKenzie. Chips it in. Bernovic on the move. Her shot was deflected. Zank will cover it up. 3:10 to go.
Well, yeah, you talk about how much time the Bluebirds have spent down in the Bengals, and it's just amazing. Bengals just having a tough time just getting it out of their end, let alone time spending any presence down in the Bluebird side.
Shot by Ketting is gloved by Zank. Swegan plays it across. Milton sends it down deep. Ketting recovers in the far corner. She's pitched to the boards there. 4-player scrum. Finally kicked free. Del Castillo sends it back in. Short angle shot off the mask of Zank. This one poked out to center. Olsen couldn't get past Del Castillo. Now played out to the middle, a shot, and that just misses wide for McLaren. Keep an eye on Zank when they decide to pull the keeper. This one's going to be icing. 2:09 to go. And you got an offensive zone faceoff. Do you call your timeout here, trailing by 1? If you're the Blaine Bengals, to talk strategy?
Well, doesn't seem like it.
Coach Athman gonna let him play.
Yep.
Well, now she'll call timeout right as they were getting ready to drop.
They heard you, Joe.
Well, that's strategy. You wait until they're just
so.
about ready to drop. Get as much time as you possibly can, but a good time for a timeout. A little more than 2 minutes. Offensive zone face-off. You don't know how many more of these you're going to get in these final 127 seconds.
Well, and you also be able to tell your goaltender when she'd like to get pulled and make sure she knows to come off the ice at a particular time. But the interesting thing is, as much as the Bengals have been outplayed by the Bluebirds, they're still in this game.
100%. Well, and I thought the last power play for the Bluebirds was a little more passive than it needed to be. Not enough attempts to get it to the net.
Yeah, because
good possession time all over the zone, but if you don't put it toward the net, you don't have many results. And those attempts they did make frequently blocked by strong defending on the part of the Blaine Bengals.
All right, so with 2:07, it will be interesting to see when Zank leaves the net for that extra skater.
.207 to go. Zank returns to the net, at least for the time being. Bluebirds able to win the draw. They play it in behind. Pass comes out to center. Schaefer at her own blue line. Cross ice. That's fanned on, but it ends up right to Costa. Her shot deflected, or Ledeen rather. Shot deflected up and over, then swept out front. Bluebirds able to get the clear. Bertovic will skate to center. Plays it off the board for Semling. Semling snaps a shot on net. Blocker save. McKenzie the rebound. Out front, slips it through the blue paint. Semling trying to get it back to her. Instead, it's Johnson skating through center. Dumps it in off the skates of Alphen. She'll recover. Zank staying put. McKenzie with it. Cross ice, nobody over there in a red jersey. Bengals regroup and get it back out to center. Alphen carries back in. Under a minute to go. With speed down the line. Knowles in alone. Knowles lost it as she got back to her forehand. Bluebirds can't clear.
Here comes Zank.
Zank heads to the bench. Turnover out front, played toward the net, swept to the corner by Wastrel. Knowles, shot, stick save Wastrel. Olsen plays it off the side of the net, centering and tapped in a goal! Oh. Great deflection out front by Graceland Knowles, and we are tied with 23 seconds to go.
Wow, what a big goal for the Bengals. We talked about it. They were out of this game. They were totally outplayed by the Bluebirds, but hung in there. Pretty good saves by Zank and to keep this score where it was. And then all they needed was an opportunity, and they did, and they poked it home, and now all of a sudden we're tied at 2.
Knowles with a very quick one-touch redirection over the shoulder of Maddie Wastrel. We're tied at 2. Again, they played Thursday night and finished 2-2 after overtime. Oh, centering pass, but Semling was tied up on the doorstep, and the Bluebirds nearly answered before the final buzzer. Instead, we're going to play some overtime.
Yeah, well, again, just credit to what the Bengals did to stay in this one to get that chance to tie it up. And they, when they pulled Zank, they had that extra skater, and then it paid off for them. With, I think, 3 minutes before they'll drop the puck.
So we will take a short break as they talk strategy, and we'll be back with the overtime after this. You're watching Girls High School Hockey on CTN Light. Back at the Coon Rapids Ice Center and ready for overtime between the Champlain Park Coon Rapids Bluebirds and the Blaine Bengals. They played to a 2-2 tie on Thursday night over at Fogarty Arena, and now into overtime, tied at 2 here on Saturday night. Knowles shoots it off the side of the net. McKenzie gathers it off the board. Through center, can't get past the stick check. Bengals back on the attack. Johnson drops it off. That pass didn't click. Schaefer, a deflection just missed wide for Abby Costa.
And not by much.
Alphen skates to the other end. A shot off the crossbar.
Wow.
Bengals back to center. Puck poked free. Alphen, or Bowden rather, plays it off the board to herself, but then she was tied up. McKenzie can't get through traffic. Bernovic will try. Bernovic snaps one, misses just wide. Cross ice pass denied by McKenzie. Kicked back into the zone. Schaefer resets. Long pass up the middle. Springs Ledeen, and alone she scores!
Wow. Wow. Talk about a turn of events, Joe Yund. That's a tough one.
A game pretty much controlled start to finish by the home team. Ends in a 3-2 loss. The Bengals tie it up with just seconds remaining in the game, and they get the win. A minute 33 into overtime.
Yeah, give them credit. They hung with the Bluebirds, even though they were outplayed all game, and they get the win.
Good feed from Kayla Schaefer, sent Ledeen in on the breakaway. She finishes and gives Blaine that win. That's a tough loss to swallow for Champlain Park Coon Rapids.
It really is, because if you talk to Coach Gutterman after regulation, I'm sure he would say we should have won this game, and we shouldn't have had the situation that was put in.
But that is how it is going to end. A 3-2 win for the Blaine Bengals in overtime. Want to thank him, the outfit, for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Charles Brolin and Mike Peterson doing the heavy lifting, Howie Shapiro and myself, Joe Yund, saying goodnight.